f4. Absolutely stunning move, attacking the knight here, also preventing the bishop from helping out with the h6 square, so rook to h6 will just win the white queen. There's absolutely nothing you can do here. Whatever you do, you just get destroyed. But instead, after queen to h5, Magnus played knight to b4. As this is Armageddon, he only needs a draw, and he doesn't want to spend any extra seconds on trying to find the win, because if you get low on time, there is no increment in Armageddon. Hikaru will just crush you. So queen to f3 goes back. We have knight captures on c2 and rook 8 to b1. Knight back to b4 and rook to g2. Hikaru has to look for ways to attack the black king or to somehow create some winning chances. He does have pressure against that b7 pawn, and he does have the passed e pawn, so it could go well for him. Queen to c6, Magnus quickly offers a queen trade, and Hikaru obliges. Queen captures, we have b captures on c6, and now knight to e2. Remaneuvering the knight here, knight captures on d3, and now rook to b7, putting pressure on the bishop, on the pawn, and on the 7th rank in general. If the rook can come to h2, maybe you will have some success here. So rook to e8 defends the bishop. Now comes knight to c1, offers a trade of knights. We have captures, and now pawn to a6. We have rook to b6, goes after the a6 pawn. Pawn to a5 now, and now bishop to d2. Again, puts pressure on the a5 pawn, pawn to d3. And now rook captures on g6 first. We have h captures, king to g2. Both players start bringing the king into the game. King to g7, and now rook captures on c6. Here, rook to b7 was the way to go, or maybe just improve the activity of your king. But after rook captures on c6, Magnus just gains too much time. We have rook to d8, king to f3, and now rook to d4. Now puts pressure on the c4 pawn. Rook to e6 attacks the bishop. Sorry, rook to e6 would have been one way to go about it, but Hikaru plays rook to a6, and now puts more pressure on the a5 pawn. Rook captures on c4, rook captures on a5, and now rook to c2. Attacks the bishop, bishop to e3, and now pawn to c4. Again, Magnus not looking for a win. Rook to h2 is just crushing here. There's not all that much to do, and capturing on c5 is never really an option, because then just pawn to d2. So rook h2 was the way to go. Magnus starts advancing, pawn to c4. We have rook to a7, attacks the bishop, king to f8, and now pawn to a5. Again, Hikaru misses the very nasty e6. e6 is just beautiful. Covers the f7 square. If the bishop comes here, you cover this square, then some checking ideas. It's nothing forced, but it will be enough tactics to hold at least a draw. But the draw isn't anything good for Hikaru, so it's a great move, but it doesn't help his match situation, because he has to win the Armageddon game. So pawn to a5. The way to usually do this is to just continue pushing your outside pass pawn, and now rook to a2. Here again, rook to h2 is the way to win. Magnus goes rook to a2, and now we have pawn to a6. We have pawn to c3. Now the two connected pass pawns are deadly. Rook to d7, and Magnus can continue pushing with d2, which is winning, but he goes for rook captures on a6. He wants the he doesn't want to win. He wants not to lose, as he needs to win the match that way. So rook captures on d3, and like I said, both players are down to like a minute and a half, and if you get below the 1 minute mark, then you're just bulleting against Hikaru. That's never really pleasant. So rook to c6, and now bishop to c1. Of course, you don't want to worry about that pass pawn. King to f7. Now comes rook to d7. We have pawn to c2, and now rook to b7, going for that pawn